The story takes place in Canaan with Joseph and his 11 brothers and his dad Jacob. Jacob gave Joseph a very special role. Joseph's brothers were jealous of the attention Jacob was giving Joseph. His brothers decided to hurt him. They took his robe and threw him in a pit. The brothers then sold Joseph to the Egyptians. They dipped his robe into blood and told their dad Joseph was killed by animals. The man who owned Joseph named Potiphar made him his helper and put him in charge. After Potiphar's wife lied about Joseph attacking her, he was sent to jail. God continued to watch over Joseph while he was in jail. Joseph was put in charge of all of the prisoners. Then the Pharaoh, after he had strange dreams, freed Joseph from prison. Joseph then helped the Pharaoh and he was put in charge of Egypt. There was a famine. Everyone came to get grain from Joseph, including his brothers and father. He had spent the last few years saving up all the grain, because he said God had told him this would happen. Joseph was not angry at his brothers, and eventually his family came to live with him in Egypt. The lesson we can learn from this story is that when we think something is a bad thing, God might make it into a good thing. You always have to have faith in God. If you just always be good to people and do the right thing, God will watch over you no matter what. I can relate this story to a famous NFL player named Kurt Warner. After playing football at college, Kurt was undrafted in the NFL. People thought he was good, but not ready to play in the NFL. He got a job stocking shelves in a grocery store. He did not make much money. Then he got a job with an indoor football, where he played so well he was asked then to play in the NFL in the St. Louis Rams, but only as a third-string quarterback. He was disappointed, but he kept trying his best. After some changes and an injury to the starting quarterback, Kurt took over as the starting quarterback, and he eventually led the team to win a Super Bowl and was even voted MVP. Kurt was like Joseph because he always kept the faith and believed God had a plan for him, and he sure did.
Can I just say something? These are amazing. So I have two suggestions. One is, can we make a booklet out of these? Yeah. I think that would be so great, and I would love a copy. And the second thing is, after each person finishes and we clap, we also should say Yasher Koach. Okay, so because that means you should have, it means like hooray for you, but it also means you should have strength to do this again. Okay, so we need to say Yasher Koach to two people, right?
Yasher Koach.
Yasher Koach. Yasher Koach.
And now, where'd
he go?
Hurry up again.
Yasher Koach.
Yasher Koach.
All right.
My Torah portion is about the story of Abraham. My Devar Torah is entitled More Than Warriors. Abraham is the father of the Jewish people. Abraham and God made commitments to each other. Some of the things Abraham had to do for God was to leave his homeland and believe in one God. He and his son named Ishmael were circumcised. In return, God gave Abraham and Sarah a son named Isaac. It was only after showing his commitment that God made Abraham the father of Judaism. I believe in one God like Abraham did. I was circumcised the 8th day after my birth as my first covenant with God. At 13, I will become a bar mitzvah. My middle name is Isaac, like Abraham's son. My first name is Jacob, like Isaac's son. I believe The story of Abraham teaches us a valuable lesson, that being Jewish requires commitment. It shows us that it's not enough to vow our commitment, but it should be displayed through action. Being Jewish means we must not only say, but also do, not only learn, but also teach. Our commitment is to understand our history and pass it down door by door, from generation to generation. I go to Hebrew school to learn about Judaism. Someday I hope to pass what I learn on to my own kids, so that they may do the same.
Do you have a picture, Ted? Nice.
As we let's sing it nicely today in honor of how those great presentations by our younger students. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Sophia.